Here we go. Pledge allegiance.
Recording in progress.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Motion to approve our huge regular agenda, please.
I will move to
All right,
agenda.
John, got the motion and a second. No second.
Waiting for a second.
Second.
Yeah, you're the new guy. Come
Yeah, you gotta do the seconds here.
I
John
know
took
there's
me on
another guy
it.
down
Kim?
there.
Councilmember Rogg.
Aye.
Councilmember Carr.
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti.
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. You've all had a chance to take a look at our consent agenda. Please move to approve.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you, sir. Bob?
Second.
Second? Not that you have to.
Carr.
Aye.
Councilmember Rogg.
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti.
Aye.
Mayor Huber.
Aye. Thank you, Kim. Staff agenda items. Mr. Reifsteck is with us tonight, and he's going to talk to us about the Resolution 2023-10, approving the plans, specifications, and ordering advertisement for bids on Honeye 115th and Hillcrest. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Mayor, good evening, Council. As the mayor stated, I am here to seek a motion to adopt Resolution 2023-10, seeking approval of or acceptance of the plans and specs, and getting authorization to go out for bid for the Honeye Avenue, 115th Street, and Hillcrest Court project. As you know, this project was petitioned by more than 60% of the residents that live in the project limits last fall. We prepared the feasibility report. Council accepted the feasibility report earlier this year, and we did have the public hearing at last month's meeting. And at that meeting, we had, again, a majority of the residents in favor of the project. So again, just a reminder, this is a pavement reclamation project where we'll be tilling in the existing pavement with the underlying gravel and then overlaying the new gravel with the 3-inch bituminous lift. We will be making some improvements to the crown of the road so that we can get the drainage to sheet off to the ditches where it belongs. And we will be putting in new shoulders for this project. So again, the price of this improvement is approximately $511,000. We intend to bid the project in early June and bring back those bids for council's consideration at the July 28th meeting, I believe, or June 28th, the July meeting. So with that said, I would be happy to answer any questions that the council may have.
Okay, Brad, thanks very much. Just so that we all understand it properly, we're going out for bids. We're going to see what it's going to cost. We're going to then take a look at those bids, and the council has some choice to make after we see those bids, correct?
That is correct, Mayor. We wouldn't have the assessment hearing until the council had awarded a project. So the schedule from here on out would be to, again, receive the bids in early June, set the public or the assessment hearing for August 1st, and then consider the bids that we're taking in June, right after that assessment hearing in August. So that's kind of what we have left. And then again, we would, if everything goes well at that meeting, we would award a contract and move into construction probably in early September.
So basically, we're in the middle or beginning the investigative process of making sure that this project would make sense in terms of cost and timing and the whole thing. So that's pretty clear. I appreciate that, Brad. Questions, gentlemen, for Brad?
I do.
Yeah, John.
So Brad, you had several meetings with or have you had meetings with the people living on those streets?
Yeah, so we've had 2 neighborhood meetings. Again, they weren't very well attended. But everybody that was attending those meetings were in favor of the project. And again, you know, we had more than 60% of the people signing the petition that were in favor of the project. And then again, at the public hearing, we mostly heard that people were in favor of the project.
We get the estimated project cost. Did they know about it then when you were having these meetings?
They did, and we brought that up again at the public hearing. As far as the assessments go, I think the mock assessments currently are at around $15,000, somewhere in that ballpark. And again, I think they were still in favor of moving forward with the project.
Okay, well, that's good then. All right, thank you.
Yep.
Good questions, John. Knowing where we are in the process, I think, is key in terms of going forward or not going forward. Other questions, gentlemen? All right. We've got a resolution on the table then, 2023-10.
I'd like to make a motion to approve 23-10.
Thank you. Do I have a second to go out for plans and specifications, please?
I'll second it.
Mr. Tufti?
Councilmember Carr?
Aye.
Councilmember Rock?
Aye.
Councilmember Giefer?
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti?
Aye.
Mayor Huber?
Aye. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. We look forward to seeing that, that come forward so we can take a good look at it and pray the price of oil goes down to $30 a barrel, will you? Appreciate that. All right. Very appreciative. Thanks, Brad. All right, guys. We have no action items for our planner or our attorney. Any new business, Cam, we're unaware of?
No?
Okay, real good. Unfinished business we're unaware of?
No?
Okay. And I'm going to ask for staff updates. Kim, I bet you got something to update us on.
Mr. Mayor and council members, the staff held their annual CUP review last week or the week before, I can't remember. So we spent an afternoon going through the CUPs that were up next. I think 5 were selected for a site visit, and you've just made it through another round of those reviews. We do them every year. We stopped during the pandemic. We weren't meeting in person. And at that same time, I went over the performance evaluations that all of you had submitted for myself and staff. I just want to let residents know, as well as you guys, the potholes, they're working as fast as they possibly can. They are everywhere, and not just in Grant. They're everywhere. And again, they are working just as quickly as they can. They had to make sure that they were dry enough to even fill. And just the way the spring has been, it's not been a spring. So they are currently out there. I would not even say that half the city is done yet, but they're doing the best they can. And probably about half your budget is done. So, and then I just wanted to note that, yes, there may be a June meeting, but the July meeting you guys set for the end of June, and that is June 27th. So that's just a reminder.
Okay, well, hopefully that, is that all, Kim?
That's it.
That's all you want to update us on? Okay. Yeah, hopefully we can get through our business on one of those and not on the other, if you know what I'm saying. Have a really, really short meeting. I want to update the city on cleanup day. I think it's our 4th or 5th cleanup day, annual cleanup day. I had skipped one because of COVID, but what a fantastic success this was. We must have had 200 cars. So many people pitched in to help. Our city contractors were here to help. Mr. Tufti, I think he worked harder than I've ever seen him work. Mr. Giefer was in and out of the dumpster. I wasn't sure if we had lost him there a couple of times. Got him back though, found him, pulled him out. It was just a really rousing success. And I do want to say thanks to the contractors that were here. We had Mr. Johnson from KEJ. We had our grading contractors. We had other contractors that work for the city, and they weren't here. They didn't come here just to hang out and have a hot dog, which I cooked. Pretty good hot dogs, if I may mention. They didn't come just to do that, although they did get a hot dog. They were here helping. They unloaded cars. They cleaned ditches. They came here and they pitched in, and it's good to see those people networking with each other. They work more effectively when they do this. For example, the last big snowstorm we had, all of them were out pushing trees out of the road. All of them were out making sure that crews could get out to repair power lines, that people were able to get to doctor's appointments. They were all out. It wasn't just KEJ. And that type of, when you build relationships like that, they tend to look at each other as, fellow coworkers, not just individual companies working within a city. That's a good thing to see. It means that they become more efficient and they get more done. I'm just really, really pleased at that. Couple of things were brought up during public comment. It's a flail mower. It's a flail mower. Yeah, go ahead. The city went to appointments on our hours because of COVID, like every other government office. Whether or not the office there that is not owned by us would care to protect their other staff by going to appointment only is really their choice. We rent, we don't own. So we do have to follow the rules. The other thing I would point out in terms of participation, everyone is free to participate until they're done participating. We do, however, have the ability to pass our own set of rules, the rules that govern this council, and we have done so. So, yeah, some people, anyway. We
Mr.
have our own
Mayor,
set of
council
rules.
members, I just wanted to add on to the cleanup day. Sorry, guys.
Go ahead.
It was a huge success, but next year we are gonna have to put in a
Yes.
few controls.
Thank you.
It was actually overwhelming how many cars were out here lined up all the way down Kimbrough for a very long time.
We were down to 88th, yeah.
yeah.
And we did see, I think, some unfortunately, some folks who took a little bit of advantage. And we saw some dual wheel trailers and some stuff that looked like construction debris. And we're not going to be doing that any longer. And we will be tightening up the rules significantly to make sure that our residents, first and foremost, are served, that our residents have first take on the available space and on the time slots. I had to go down the line. I was walked down to 88 to tell folks we may not be able to fit you. So we're gonna have some time constraints and some other things. But overall, rousing success.
And Maroney's ended up staying over
Yes.
an extra hour.
Extra hour.
It's really sad. I hate it that some people have ruined it for your residents, but we'll probably have to check driver's licenses and that sort of thing. But
We will need
anyway,
to-
we have a year to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll tighten it up, and you know what? The number one thing is serving the residents. So we're gonna make sure that happens first and foremost. Anything else, Kim?
Nope.
Gentlemen,
Brad has something.
I'm sorry, I do.
I was gonna get to you.
I just wanted to update the council on a couple Washington County roadway projects that are in the process of preliminary design. The first one is on 75th Street. Basically, I think it's phase 2 of that project ending or starting in Honeye that goes all the way over to Jamaica. We are in the early planning stages of that project, and the county is looking at adding a couple trails on the south side of 75th Street that they want me to draw council's attention to. They did apply for a grant for that work, a safe school or safe route to schools grant, where the grant would pay 80% of the costs, and the Washington County would pay the remaining 20%. But of that 20%, the county, per their policy, they're asking us, the city of Grant, early that they would want us to participate for the construction of that trail. Preliminary cost estimates for the trail are around $30,000. So at some point in the future, we'll be bringing that to council as an agenda item, and council can make a motion whether or not they want to support the trail for that project or not. I know it's an important a route for the Honeye High School and the elementary school there, and I know some of the residents in the Gateway community or the Gateway development there have voiced their favoritism, I guess, for the project as well. The second project is the intersection at 36 or Highway 36 and Lake Elmo Avenue. Again, Washington County is in the early stages of that project. We're still going through the preliminary design and trying to determine the final option to move forward within preliminary design. There's a couple options still left on the table. One is the original option that you've all seen, over the last 4 or 5 years. And the second option they're looking at is a pair of roundabouts. So it would be similar to the intersection of Hadley Avenue. So again, that will come probably later this year or early next year as far as the decision on the design, and we'll bring that information forward as we learn more from the county. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that things will be coming regarding those two projects to the council.
More things on that I did forget to mention, and thank you for jogging my memory. I've made very clear to Washington County and the powers that be on that project down on Lake Elmo that we retain access both to our commercial district and to the freeway there. So that idea has been firmly planted. Also, I did have a conversation with Representative Weens, who tells me that the preliminary amount of aid to small cities under 5,000 looks like it's about $191,000. Whether or not that $191,000 materializes, we'll see. I count on it like I count on the gas tax, which means I don't. So if it comes, it will be a windfall for us, and hopefully we will put it to good use. In fact, I know we'll put it to good use. That's all I've got. Kim, anything else?
Mayor and council members, I'll just add to the county project, the 75th and the phase 2 with the trail segments. Brad and I have been in a couple of meetings with the county, and that's where this came up in terms of trail and their policy. I suggested Washington County start discussions with the school district in terms of maybe a cost share in that sense. So.
Yeah.
Why do we need a trail on the south side when there's a trail on the north side? I don't understand.
How do the kids from Gateway get across?
I don't know, put a crosswalk in, I don't know.
Yeah, there's no trails currently on that south side of 75th, and I think they're trying to provide that access for pedestrians through the Gateway development and, residents that are living west of Ideal Avenue. So.
Yeah, it's actually a federal project, and the feds are actually pushing it at safe paths to school so that kids can walk to school, so they're not taking buses, they don't have to drive. So in that sense, I mean, this isn't the time or place, we don't have the information to really debate it, but to get those kids over there. But I think Tom is hinting at something very important, which is we don't have too many students in Grant that are going to be accessing that trail. So that's something that we need to keep in mind when we do end up having these discussions, right? We want to make sure that we're doing our proportionate good thing, but we want to make sure that we have the number of students that are accessing it in mind. So good point, Tom, bringing that up. Anything else, guys? City council reports, here's your chance. All right, John, I believe it is your turn for the community calendar, if I am not mistaken, sir.
All right, I will take that. Matamidi Public Schools Board meeting Thursday, May 11th and May 25th at the Matamidi District Education Center at 7 p.m. Stillwater Public Schools Board meeting Thursday, May 11th at the Stillwater City Hall at 7 p.m. And Washington County Commissioners meeting Tuesdays at the Government Center at 9 a.m.
Excellent. Thank you very much, John. Would anyone like to adjourn?
Bob,
Would you like to adjourn?
I would love to adjourn.
You need to make a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Okay, real good. Do we have a second? Second.
Councilmember Hart.
Aye.
Councilmember Rod.
Aye.
Councilmember Buford.
Aye.
Councilmember Tufti.
Aye.
Mayor Hubert.
Lovely meeting, yes. Dismissed. Jeff?